Welcome back to Sunrise Spotlight. I'm Terissa Aronson, and I'm joined now by an old friend from the city of Fort Pierce. He is the head of Public Works, and we're going to dive into what exactly does that mean today. Please welcome Mike Reels to the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Terissa.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. Like everyone else, trying to stay well.
Yeah. living the dream in a pandemic, right?
Absolutely.
It's a weird time, as we all know, and Public Works, everybody's ever heard of Public Works. Everybody knows Public Works. There's Public Works. But I don't know if people realize what does that entail. Like, what does Public Works handle?
Sure.
Especially in the city.
Right. So the Public Works Department is essentially the maintenance arm of the city of Fort Pierce. We're responsible for maintaining all the infrastructure, all the public facilities, all of the city-owned vehicles. We also do sanitation collection, residential and commercial, as well as recycling. We also do a leisure services division where you can go and rent a facility for a party, a park pavilion, get special events. Should you need a road closed or anything like that, you can do that at our Riverwalk facility. And recently we have established a recreation and resource center. So that's something new for us to get into is the recreation and activities for youth, with our goal being able to serve young children to seniors out of our facilities.
And that's good. That's actually a location. You have a recreation resource center located in the parking garage, right?
No, so our resource center used to be at one time the YMCA.
Okay, yeah.
In Fort Pierce, and was once a county facility, and we were able to take it over about 2012. We did a remodel and a kind of a, not really a repurpose because it was still used for youth activities, but we had another group in there for some time, and recently the city of Fort Pierce has taken that facility back over and started our own programming out of that facility.
Okay.
So,
and what kind of programming will you guys do out of there?
Well, we do. We have summer camps. We have some after school programs, and this is something that's kind of just getting going. We were really getting our feet under us when the pandemic happened, but we ran a youth football program and cheerleading program. Our first year of that, we served over 400 kids just in the football and cheer program.
Oh, wow.
The kids went on to compete at state and national level and did very, very well. That first year, we served over 600 kids in the community with opportunities out of that center.
Oh, wow.
Our ultimate goal is to be able to offer mentoring and tutoring, assistance with homework and things like that after school. So it's a program we're very excited about and looking forward to it growing year after year.
Good. It was weird because we were talking about Parks and Rec, and the county has a Public Works and they have a Parks and Rec, and for the city it's sort of all rolled up into one, all under you. And they also, at the county, they have a contractor that does their waste management. But in the city of Fort Pierce, you guys have your own employed waste services, which is, that's a lot, Mike, to have.
It is. And, one thing that we pride ourselves on with our solid waste in the city of Fort Pierce, because it is under our umbrella and employees run that program there, is the customer service that we're able to provide. Where a private contractor, if you just happen to forget to get your card out there, they're not going to come back until your next service day. But if we get a phone call, we're able to radio a guy and they can loop right back around and pick that up. But solid waste is a very, very important service that is provided by all communities. The city of Fort Pierce, we serve approximately 12,000 residential customers a week.
Oh, wow.
And we have approximately 1,200 commercial customers that we service as well. And annually we see about 65,000 tons of waste collected per year. And a lot of folks probably don't think of solid waste being a life safety, welfare issue.
They do if you don't pick it up.
Exactly. So if the trash isn't picked up, the phones are ringing.
Yeah, for sure. And where do you guys take your waste? Does it go out to the dump here, or do you take it? I feel like
so. It's kind of a mix.
Okay.
So for our what is called municipal solid waste or residential trash, commercial trash, all that is delivered to a transfer station on Selvage Road.
Okay.
And eventually it ends up at the landfill in Okeechobee.
Yeah.
All of our recyclable materials goes to the St. Lucie County facility to be disposed of there.
Very good. And how does is it paid? It's paid for, is it one of those things that's on your utility bills at the FPUA?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes,
We've talked about this over the years, and I think it's important to know is people always say, oh, my utility bill in Fort Pierce is so high.
Correct.
And the reality is it's not. It's just that you have a lot of different things that in other areas, they split it up.
Correct.
So you pay for water on your water bill. You pay for trash, maybe in the city of Port St. Lucie, on your property tax.
Property tax, yeah.
And your electric is paid to Florida Power and Light. In Fort Pierce,
It's all in one.
it's all in one.
Yeah.
And it comes as one bill for all
Sure.
those amounts, on a monthly basis. And I think that that's confusing for people. But if you do apples to apples, water to water, electric to electric, trash to trash, it's really,
I think it's pretty similar.
yeah, it's very similar. So, but it's always nice to mention that to people again, because new people coming into your area are often shocked by that.
Correct.
At least most of the residents know by now. It's everything else. And then you have parks. So in St. Lucie County, especially up in your area, in Fort Pierce area where there's beach access, there are county parks and there are city parks.
Yes, there are.
And never the two shall meet.
Yeah.
So,
And there are county parks within the city limits.
yes, there are.
yeah.
So it gets confusing for
Sure.
people. Is there a good way to figure that out or to help?
You know what? I think the St. Lucie County and City of Fort Pierce both do an excellent job with maintaining their public facilities, parks, beach accesses. I think it's very confusing for folks that the parking lot and the beach access is maintenance of the City of Fort Pierce, but the actual beach is
the
St. Lucie
county.
County.
I know.
So that is challenging at times. But the Parks Division for the City of Fort Pierce, we maintain over 140 acres of park space, beach access, rights of ways, public facilities, and things like that. And the areas of responsibility for the small workforce that we have, the folks of all members of our team at the Public Works Department really do a fantastic job keeping the city, attractive, safe, and inviting to guests.
They do a good job. I know because we run the Seven Gables for the city of Fort
Yes.
Pierce. The chamber operates out of the Seven Gables zone. I know we're constantly calling Public Works. Shutters up, shutters down, this is broken, that is broken. And bathrooms, people don't realize that.
Correct.
That even the bathrooms at the public facilities are maintained by your department.
Absolutely. So our facilities maintenance division is responsible for all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Not only our public facilities such as City Hall, the police department, but all of our public restrooms, all of our pavilions in our parks and things like that. So, we do, have a lot to serve, and, our team is out there daily trying to stay on top of it. But as you know, Fort Pierce and St. Lucie County, pre-pandemic, we're a destination, and we're starting to see more folks that are getting restless and are ready to get out. And, it's challenging to try to stay on top of it. And we do get phone calls and we try to respond to them as quickly as possible because, you bring your family out to one of our parks or beach accesses, we want to make sure that you want to come back and we want to try to keep them as clean as we can.
Yeah. But it's tough. Can you imagine a public restroom anywhere is tough.
Absolutely. In a perfect world, we would have attendance at every restroom, but that's just not, unfortunately, just not possible.
It would help, but I know that you guys do a great job. We know firsthand at the chamber because we rely on you quite a bit.
And we love having you as a partner at the chamber because you're able to alert us to things that you may see, or your visitors coming into the facility may share something with you that you're able to call and alert us to, and we're able to respond to it quickly.
I think we all work together kind of down there.
Sure.
Manatee Center is right next door, and they're run by FPUA, so we're all sort of intermingling and doing our best to combat a myriad of things that are going on down there, especially right now. Obviously, we weren't open for some time.
Right.
Why would you open a visitor center? We were on a mandate stop operating. So we are open limited hours because we are seeing visitors coming from mostly within the state, but people just want to get out of their house and go somewhere. And most people do not want to fly. Some will, most won't. So anybody within driving distance is coming to visit us, which is great because our businesses need it.
Sure.
So we did open the Seven Gables with some limited hours. We just need to be able to service these people. And I would hate for them to come expecting to have a visitor center, find out what they can do, and we're like, sorry.
Yeah.
So we are open, and that means our restrooms are open.
Right.
So just giving you a heads up. But we enjoy our partnership as well. And we're happy. Public Works in the city of Fort Pierce, I think, does just such a great job knowing that that's not how most public works operate. It's very much segregated in other areas, the different departments, but not in the city of Fort Pierce. Correct. I mean, how many employees do you have?
So today we have just shy of 100.
Okay.
Just a little fun fact, back in around 2006, 2007, the Public Works Department had over 130 employees with less responsibility. Over the years, through the economic downturn and attrition, and, we lost a bunch of employees, and when we did, positions weren't filled. And with budget constraints being what they are, those positions haven't opened back up. But we've acquired more property, we've acquired more facilities, and they have to be maintained. And, I've been with the city for 22 years.
Oh, wow.
And, the team we have today is just amazing. I think we're a far more efficient team than we've ever been. And the responsibilities that they have to oversee, they do a fantastic job with what we've got to work with. And, oftentimes people don't think of Public Works employees being first responders, but they most certainly are.
Yes, I would agree.
Whether it be a hurricane or something such as COVID-19, those individuals in the Public Works Department across the nation have not had the opportunity to work from home.
This is not something you can zoom in.
Absolutely. And anytime there is a disaster, whether it be a hurricane or something like this, the one thing that people crave is normalcy. And this is, Public Works employees, this is our team's time to shine, because while people are confined to their homes and not being able to go to the movie theater or go bowling or something like that, they can go and enjoy a nice walk down a sidewalk or go visit a park or go see the beach.
Yeah.
And they encounter our Public Works employees and they have conversations with them and things like that. So want the public to know, and then also want our team to know that they are essential, they are important, and the job they do is noticed, and they are an essential part of the city's viability and being a successful community.
Yeah, they do. That's something we should think about, maybe because of the times we've sort of switched to the type of people that we've been honoring. Mm-hmm. We always honored the sheriff's deputy of the month and the police officer of the month at the different jurisdictions, but we're trying to get creative. Like, we've done some grocery store employees.
Certainly.
And some frontliners, but I think Public Works might be good to put in there because they did not get the opportunity to work from home. Right. And they were not mandatory shutdown. I mean, they were mandatory, you still have to come to work. And they're really coming into contact with some very, at the beginning of this thing, some unknown environments.
Sure.
And I don't think people realize that.
Absolutely. Not only are they facing face-to-face contact with the community and with residents and guests, you mentioned earlier public facilities. We're in there cleaning public facilities.
Yeah, they are.
And it's still unknown. We're at September and we've been in this since March, and still so many unknowns. But day after day,
they got charged right back in.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, tell them thank you.
Will do.
On behalf of the chamber, for sure. But maybe we'll get them out to our networking breakfast, and
that would be awesome.
Maybe honor one of those. So yeah, we'll have to do that, because I do think that this is the time to realize that there are many other jobs out there in the world that affect your daily life, and people aren't. We know about police officers and all that kind of great stuff. Well, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me.
I've enjoyed having you. It's always nice to see you. And I'm sure I'll see you around downtown.
Absolutely.
Yes, because many facilities, you guys have quite a few now with the Y, getting the Y back, the parking structure, City Hall, Old City Hall, Seven Gables, FPUA has Manatee.
Right.
Yeah, so you guys are very, very involved.
We are. A lot of moving parts, and it grows every day, and then the maintenance responsibilities, are always there. But it's exciting, born and raised here in Fort Pierce. Fort Pierce is my home, and, love what we do, and got a great team of employees that work with us there, and couldn't be more proud of all of them and the work that they do.
And you were born and raised here too. There's a lot of that in Fort Pierce. A lot of
Yeah.
people born and raised. I love that. Nick Mims was a football player. And
Well, you had to go to Central, but.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. There's still some rivalry that exists from many years ago. Well, thanks again. I want to take a moment to remind everybody that we still are under a mask mandate as of the taping of this show. We don't know what October brings, but I will keep you posted via our website, stluciechamber.org. So the mask mandate is that if you're out in public, you can't maintain social distancing, you do need to be wearing your mask. In enclosed spaces that are open to the public, you need to have on your mask. And at the state level, we are still under an order to not congregate in groups of 50 or more. So I do want to bring that to everybody's attention. I also want to let you know that there are grants available. There are local grants available through the cities and through the county. And if you're interested in that, please head to our website. There's grants for businesses. There's grants for individuals. There are grants all over the table. And I want to make sure that you as citizens and business owners in our community are helping to keep those monies here in St. Lucie County. These are federal funds. If we don't use them, they'll go back to the federal government and they go out of our community. So stluciechamber.org if you need information on masks, the mask mandate at the state or the local level, or you're looking for grants. Please check us out. We have a lot of great information there. We also sell masks. I was telling you before, we sell masks, 50 masks for $10 a box. You can't get them in cheaper anywhere else. We don't care if we lose money. We want to make sure everybody's safe and protected out there. So Sunrise Spotlight, everybody. Thank you to I Think Financial. We'll be back next month, hopefully under different circumstances. Every month we see those restrictions loosen just a little bit more. Take care, stay safe. Till next time, everyone.